Hey guys, Jano0, how you doing? I hope all is well in YouTube land. Whatever part of the world that you are in. Okay, we have a large flock of laying hens, and it keeps getting bigger all the time. And we have just a regular size chicken feeder in there, and we are constantly having to fill that thing up. Now, I'm not trying to get lazy and where I don't want to fill up my chicken feeder and all that kind of stuff, but anytime I can save myself 10 or 15 minutes here or there, that gives me time to do other things in other places. So we're going to attempt to build our version of the bulk chicken feeder. I hope that this will hold maybe 2 bags of chicken feed. We use laying crumble is what we use to feed our laying hens and that flock, along with various other stuff, and they free range quite a bit as well. And I've seen a lot of videos from a lot of different folks on the internet of how they did theirs with PVC and pipes and stuff on the inside. I don't have any extra PVC, and I'm not going to spend any more money on this than what I absolutely have to. So what I got from Lowe's, this trash can, the 32-gallon, cost me $13, and this is the only money that I'm going to have to spend is this right here. This right here is the top off of an old watering can that we had. The very first one that we had, a metal watering can. As you can see, it started rusting and leaking. So rather than throw stuff away, I throw it on a scrap pile. And this is what we're going to use to put on the inside to distribute the feed. As you pour it in, it'll distribute it down to the holes that we're going to make on the bottom. I have that. I have a utility knife, an old soup can. Got my little blowtorch, my little propane blowtorch, and as always, we've got the most necessary ingredient for any project, coffee. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little marker, and I'm going to figure out about where I want my holes and about how high. These are going to be adult chickens, so I think I'm going to make my holes about 5 or 6 inches or so. I mean, this is not going to be, I'm going to tell you right now, okay? This is not going to be exact. This is not going to be pretty. This is not going to be a work of art when I get done with it. It's going to look like crap, but you know what? I don't care. It's going to serve the purpose that I want it to do. We're going to make this work one way or the other, and it will be able to feed our flock of chickens. And I'm not worried about, I haven't been in the looking pretty business since like the 80s, so I don't care if it looks pretty or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out where I want my holes. I'm going to use 2 in between these ridges. I'm going to do it. It's going to be, I don't know, about that wide. I guess that's probably 5, maybe 5.5, 6 inches wide. And then we're going to go about 5 or 5.5, 6 inches tall. And I'm going to draw a line of where I'm going to make a cut. I'm going to have it arced just a little bit. Just a little bit of an arc in there. Like that. And then in order to get it to do what I want it to do, I'm going to have to cut it down a little ways on these little support ridges. About like that. Now my theory is I can cut this like that and then heat it up, and as I heat this plastic up, it'll bend out and it'll reshape as I heat it up. So let me cut this with my utility knife along this line here. And once I get this here cut, like I said, I'm just going to use my utility knife. You can see I got gloves on. I don't want to cut myself. Plus, blowtorch makes things hot, and I don't want to burn myself either. So I'm going to start by making a little down cut, about 1 inch or so. And then I'm going to just follow my line that I traced with my utility knife. Approximately. It's not going to be a perfect cut, but that's all right. We'll make it work. And then I'll make a little cut down like that so that I can get in there like this. And my plan is to, well, you'll see what my plan is. I think I may need to cut a little bit more down. So I'm about 2 inches on my down cut. Now I'm going to take and fold this piece here in like that. Now I should be able to take my metal soup can. I'm going to wedge it in here like this. Come on. I'm going to try to wedge it in here. This is my plan. Hopefully this is going to work. just like that. Now, in order to have that plastic mold around, this other way, we want to try to mold that curved shape into this plastic. So I'm going to just hit it, heat it up with my blowtorch all around. To try to keep that shape of the plastic. Yeah, and it's probably going to warp and bow and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not worried. I'm not too worried and concerned about that. I am worried about, of course, fire. We don't want fire. I'm worried about having that shape in there so that the hens can put their heads in and eat. That's what I want. That's what I'm trying to get here. So, yeah, I got a little too hot, I think. Plastic is melted to the side of my can, which again is okay because I'm not going for pretty and isometric. I'm going for function. Pull my can out. I've got my basic shape right there. I may actually have to do it again, but I don't think so. I think that's plenty of room for the hens to get their head in there and eat. Like I said, it's not going to be pretty. It's not. I mean, if you're going for pretty, this is not the way to go. But I think that will work. I think when the hens come up, with the feed going to be right in here, they'll be able to come up and eat just fine. Should be plenty of space for them. So let me get a couple more of these holes cut out and a couple more of this done, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay guys, so the next step is, now that we've got our soup cans, I'm just going to leave the soup cans in there to that way the chickens can put their heads in and eat. And what I'm going to do to keep the feed from running around the side is just on the side here, we're just going to take our utility knives and we're just going to cut this section of the flap all the way down like that, and then we're going to bend this right back up and tuck it onto the inside. That way the feed doesn't run out. And like I said, this is not pretty. It's not designed to be pretty, but you know, some old soup cans and a $13 trash can, and we're going to feed a lot of chickens with it. So I know a lot of you chicken snobs out there, and you know who you are, the chicken snobs. My chickens only drink bottled water from Sky Mall. This isn't going to be for you. But all the other regular dudes who are looking to feed a large flock of chickens and not have to purchase a lot of stuff, this is the way that I'm doing it. So here we go. This is what we're doing. We're going to do the same thing on both sides of this so that we can keep that feed in there and that the ladies can put their heads in and eat right out of the bottom here. And we've got on the inside here, we've got the old galvanized lid. That way when we pour the feed in, it will disperse it down over the side like this. And I'm hoping that this thing is going to hold 2 bags of feed. And yeah, it rained, we had some weather, so I'm going to get the water out of the bottom of this, and then we'll take it out to the old chicken house and put it in action. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, so we got 1 bag in here. It looks like it's going to hold maybe a bag and a half. It might hold 2 bags. It'll be really super full. But you can see as I started filling it in, right around the edges it started coming out. So we had to adjust our flaps, and I'll probably melt those back together right around the flap, see what's coming out. But if this is an issue, this is why you cut those flaps right there, to put that in there to keep it from coming out. But as you can see, it fills the feed can up. The chickens are already waiting in line. We're going to put the lid on it. That way nobody gets in there and there's no rain or no poop or anything like that gets in there. And the chicken's got plenty of room to eat. And it's just soup cans and a $13 trash can. So here's our $13 bulk chicken feeder. So it's not perfect, it's not beautiful, but it will work for us for what we need it to do. And didn't have to buy any extra parts. Sometimes PVC is expensive, and we just don't have any extra parts laying around. So there you have it. All that stuff that's on the ground will get eaten. And now that we've got the side holes here plugged up, where it's not running back out through, then the rest of it, you can see they got plenty of room in the can to eat. And they're going to love it. And I'm going to love it because I'm not going to have to fill the chicken feeder up every other day. So it'll save us a little bit of time in the long run. So anyway, hope this helps. You guys, thank you very much for watching. Feel free to leave comments and suggestions. Have a great day. God bless. The end. Buzz, buzz. The end.